On this special edition of Lexington Now, fall solid waste events, the Partners for Youth I-Do list, and more trail news. I'm Neil Noah, and welcome to Lexington Now for the week of September 14th, 2020. Two popular solid waste events are returning this fall. Waste Management's Lauren Monahan gives us all the details.
Hi, I'm Lauren Monahan, Environmental Initiative Specialist with Lexington's Division of Waste Management. Today we are out at our event site. This is actually Lexington's old landfill, closed many years ago, that's been repurposed to be a really wonderful large event site. We're excited to host two events this fall for Lexington residents, and we're especially excited because we were forced to cancel our spring events due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So we're really excited to be hosting not only a paper shred event for Lexington residents, but also a hazardous waste collection. Both of these events will occur in October of 2020. The first will be paper shred. That will occur on Saturday, October 3rd. The hours will be 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. and it'll be here at our event site. The address is 1631 Old Frankfort Pike. The entrance to this event site is actually via Jimmy Campbell Drive, and that allows for smooth access and a one-way in entrance, one-way out exit. We'll have plenty of signage that day, so don't worry. Just follow the signage whether you're coming from in town or New Circle Road. And we'll have lots of volunteers outfitted in PPE this time around. There are a few things that we'll go through in a bit to remember to keep everybody safe as you attend this event. Our second event that I mentioned, that will be the Hazardous Waste Collection event. That'll be at the same location where we're at today, 1631 Old Frankfort Pike, entrance via Jimmy Campbell Drive. The hours of the hazardous waste collection will be 8:30 a.m. until 3 p.m. And so for both of these events, the paper shred and the hazardous waste event, we ask that all residents please help us out, help keep everybody who attends safe by remaining in your vehicles at all times. This will be different from previous events in that we want to keep you safe. We want you to keep your windows rolled up. We also want you to load your materials, whether it be paper at the paper shred or hazardous materials from your house for the hazardous waste collection, in your vehicle's trunk. This will make it extremely easy for our employees to help unload. All you have to do is remain in your vehicle, pop your trunk, and we'll do the unloading for you. Our employees will be outfitted in the proper PPE, masks, Tyvek suits, that sort of thing, to help prevent the spread of any germs. So we really look forward to seeing you that day here at 1631 Old Frankfort Pike for both our paper shred event this fall as well as our hazardous waste collection. So if residents would like more information or guidelines for both of our community events this fall, you can visit for the paper shred, lexingtonky.gov/paper shred. We'll have guidelines such as the limit on the amount of paper residents can bring and some other reminders on that website. If you're interested in attending our hazardous waste collection event, of course, both of these events are free for Lexington residents. You can visit lexingtonky.gov/HHW event. Now on that website, we'll have a digital survey that you can access. We've had paper surveys available in the past. This year, in order to prevent the spread of any germs and to make the event as contactless as possible, please visit that website. Again, that's lexingtonky.gov/HHW event to access the digital survey. This survey is required by the state of Kentucky's Environmental Quality Division. They awarded us grant money to help pay for the safe disposal of the hazardous waste collected that day.
Partners for Youth has officially released its school year I Do list, and Angie Greenhampton tells us what it's all about.
What we do is we compile a list of programs that are happening during the after-school hours. The program list is provided to us by our community partners and program providers. So it gives a list of activities that kids can do after school. It could include dance, computer classes, art classes, different things like that. The list actually started back in 2012, but Partners for Youth started that because with our community partners, we wanted to provide positive youth programming for kids around the city. So we said, how can we get that list out to people? So that's when we started compiling the I Do list, and then we distribute it to the schools, to all our community partners, and they copy or distribute that list to their families and youth. Partners for Youth started in 1995 after the accidental shooting of an African-American male by a white police officer. And the community came together and met with Pam Miller, and she said, we need to provide some positive youth programming for youth. So the mission of Partners for Youth is to provide positive youth programming, prevent juvenile delinquency through collaboration and capacity building. And that's where our community partners and program providers come in. So that's pretty much how the list got started. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get our spring break and summer program list out, but people are always emailing us going, hey, when is your list coming out? Because right now during this, these months of COVID, parents are really looking for things for their kids to do. So we have a list of like free and affordable programs that they can do. It's either virtual, some may be in person with a limited capacity because everybody wants to make sure they're following this, the COVID CDC guidelines. So we get a great response to that because right now people are saying, hey, what can our kids do? They're cooped up, but at the same time, what could they do to have fun while being cooped up? So that's why we like to provide that list. It's getting a pretty good response. We have stuff like, I have a list of things that the Carnegie Center is offering, like virtual classes. They have hip-hop classes, book club, reading and writing classes. We have the art club that is at William Wells Brown that they do, and they're doing some virtual things. We have A Chance to Dance is offering some virtual and in-person classes after school. So our complete list has a whole list of activities all across town. The Lexington Public Library, of course, is, they're offering some virtual classes, after school programs. So that's just really a great thing that people can still do. Well, they can find the list on our website. It's www.partners4youth.org, and it has the complete list. The only eligibility is that you have kids anywhere from elementary to high school that want to be involved in some after-school programs. So as I stated, some of them are free, some of them are pretty affordable list of programs that are going on around the city. We're looking forward to just providing more activities for the youth, and look us up at partnersforyouth.org.
When we return, more trail news.
Please wear a mask.
Please wear your mask.
Please wear a mask.
Please wear a mask.
Please wear a mask.
Please wear a mask so that the senior center can open soon.
Please wear a mask so I can celebrate my 80th birthday.
So that I can feel safe wherever I go in Lexington.
So we can attend our son's wedding.
To give me the ability to run errands and stay active and independent.
We can seniors get back to our normal routine.
Welcome back to Lexington Now. There is more news on trails this week in the form of an announcement about the Brighton East Rail Trail. We were there for the press event.
So this morning, we're talking about something we've been working on since 2009. And we are so happy to announce that construction is beginning on the Brighton Rail Trail Bridge. Just last week, I had a news conference over on Citation where I talked about connecting trails and neighborhoods. And although we've been working on our trails for several decades, really, we're really just starting to make the connections. And this 280-foot bridge we're talking about today makes important connections to trails and neighborhoods, and through those connections makes it possible for people to access the Brighton Trail. By next summer, this bridge will connect rail trails east and west of Man o' War Boulevard, spanning the road between Liquor Barn and the Brighton Place shops. Users will access the bridge via ramps on each end of the structure. Once the bridge is complete, the shared use trail will stretch 4.5 miles, traveling through the Liberty Park and Hamburg neighborhoods to the west and the Andover Forest neighborhood to the east. This is a big deal. As someone who enjoys a nice walk, I can tell you Brighton is a beautiful place to get outside and exercise, and portions of it are tree-lined. Now, at this time, I'd like to invite Councilmember Lisa Higgins Hoard to the podium. Lisa represents this area.
The new connection will elevate the quality of life for all of those who choose to use the trail's connectivity to access park amenities, shopping, and it is our expectation it will also increase pedestrian walkability. We want citizens to optimize this usage routinely because it is a source of pride in our community and quickly will becoming a part of our community identity. I access the Liberty Park Trail just behind Liberty Elementary School, and I love walking along the trail and being outside and enjoying the sunshine and all that nature has to offer, as it instantly connects me to physical activity. I look forward to walking across the pedestrian bridge myself in the coming year. Thank you for coming out today, and just know that we take pride in the Brighton Place Rail Trail, and we want citizens to utilize Lexington's first rail trail as often as they can. Thank you.
So the key component of this connection is obviously the bridge. It'll be a 280-foot four-span bridge, 280-foot spans over the 4 lanes of Man o' War, and then 2 60-foot spans that tie into the existing trail just behind you. Again, that'll have 17-foot plus clearance over, so enough clearance for all the large vehicles that see this area. One other major improvement we're making to the existing trail is that now a short distance of the existing trail, again just behind you, is also a shared driveway with 2 private homeowners and a business. So we're actually constructing them a separate access on the other side of Ashley Furniture. So now that shared use where you could potentially have vehicles and pedestrians and cyclists interacting will be eliminated. So it's a major improvement to add to that connectivity.
You know, we do know that there are many people in our country who like to go to cities that have lots of trails. They bring their bikes and they enjoy biking for vacation. So we're really proud and excited to get this bridge started, and I want to thank all the folks, many of whom are in the audience, who have helped make this happen.
Another highly anticipated trail project is the Town Branch Commons. Brandy Peacher updates us on the progress.
So, Town Branch Commons, what is it? It is a linear park and trail system that runs through Lexington's downtown core. It runs along Midland Avenue, starting at Isaac Murphy Memorial Art Garden, runs the full length of Midland Avenue toward Main Street, then it runs the full length of Vine Street as it turns around and goes toward the Lexington Convention Center.
So this project's been in the works for, feels like forever, but nearly a decade. And so today, to be standing on the construction site is an exciting moment in this project's history. The planning itself has been quite an experience for us all. It started as an international design competition. And so we had 30 plus entries for an international design competition to look at downtown Lexington and how to make a bike and pedestrian friendly corridor while also celebrating our city's history, our sustainability, our water infrastructure, and telling a little bit about who Lexington is and where we started. That competition resulted in Scape Landscape Architects. They are a firm out of New York City, and we're so happy to have had them on board this whole time, and they're still with us today as we finish the construction of the project. Scape's concept for Town Branch Commons was one that was very unique for this project and why they won the competition for the design. They looked at Lexington's history and they said, we know that Lexington was founded on the banks of the Town Branch Creek. And so if you were to walk along Vine Street today, you see a lot of pavement, you see a lot of concrete and buildings. But many people don't know that below their feet is a large pipe filled with water, and that is the Town Branch Creek. That creek runs below your feet through downtown, and the reason it's hidden is because of many reasons. One, for health reasons. It became a dirty health concern back in the early 1900s, but also because of stormwater issues. We had severe flooding in the downtown core in the early 1900s as well. So to put it in that pipe below our feet is a way to help us function as a city as we are today. But we miss a little bit of that history. And Scape's concept tells that story. The path of the Town Branch Commons will follow the path of that creek where we were first established. We will not be digging up the creek. You will not have a river running through downtown, but you will have instances along its path that will have water and celebrate that moment of our history. There'll be educational moments as well, so you can learn about what we're doing to collect our stormwater, treat our stormwater today differently than we may have back then. But also, as many people know, it's a bike and pedestrian project. So you will have a dedicated bike path on Vine Street and a dedicated pedestrian path on Vine Street, completely separated from the traffic. So behind me, you see cars moving along. We will not reduce the number of lanes. Still the same number of cars can go through downtown. But now, you and I as a runner, a walker, a biker, we can do that off-road. We do not have to worry about coming into conflict with a car. Part of the construction starting was that our contractors needed to shift the traffic away from the construction zone to give them room to do their work. So instead of closing a lane of traffic, they were smart and said, let's just shift the lanes to the final alignment that you will see once Town Branch Commons is completed. So if you drive down Vine Street today, if you're in the left-hand lane, take note. There's a yellow line that you'll be following. That is the new proposed curb line for Town Branch Commons. As the construction occurs, you'll start to see that being built up and the new trees going in and the new infrastructure going in. And it's really neat to see as you drive Vine to see all that space that will be dedicated to the bikers, the walkers, and the new trees that will be going into our downtown core. So right now we're standing on the construction site for Town Branch Commons. We are between Broadway and Mill Street, right on Vine, right in front of the Hilton Hotel. So if you come downtown, you can see there's a lot of torn up sidewalk, a lot of rock, a lot of infrastructure pieces sitting around. And what's happening is our contractors, which is Pace Contracting out of Louisville, they have torn all of this up so that we can rebuild it back into the Town Branch Commons. They're starting here on Vine Street and they'll be working their way east on Vine. At some point they will hop back to the Lexington Center because, as you know, that's under construction as well. So there's a lot of coordination going on between those two projects. We started on Vine Street early July, and they will be on Vine Street between Broadway and Limestone through the end of the year doing a substantial part of the work. Then they'll move toward the transit center, past Rose Street and on toward Midland Avenue. And so the full project will take place over the next couple of years. You'll see bits and pieces opening up as we continue, but the full completion, all elements in place, will be completed in December of 2022.
You can learn more about our trails at lexingtonky.gov/trails. Most meetings at City Hall are now in a virtual format, and we are bringing many of those meetings to you live. Check out our website for the most accurate and up-to-date coverage of city business. We're here to keep you up to date on how the city is handling the pandemic via our official COVID-19 response site. Simply click on the banner at the top of our homepage. That's all for now, but as always, you can keep up with us on social media, check out the latest traffic updates on Twitter at LexRex, or catch our live traffic cams on lexingtonky.gov. For all of us at Lex TV, I'm Neil Noah, and that's it for now.